Rwanda and France. I will say two things. One is that the ties between Rwanda and France have been affected by the actions and the involvement of France as a state, also specific individuals in the French establishment, both military and political, in the genocide that took place in this country in 1994. It's not a secret. France has had a level of support to a government that killed 1 million of its people. It's been documented widely, both in France and in Rwanda and in other parts of the world. This is not a secret. And so we knew from the get-go that it was not going to be easy to conduct normal bilateral good relationship activities with France. So we decided that we should figure out a way to mend the relationship, to eventually and progressively reach a level of collaboration that is normal collaboration amongst countries. But we have reached a point now, 22 years after the genocide, where we realize that France is not interested in a good relationship with Rwanda. Official France says one thing, but another level of activity in France, in different institutions, does the opposite of what official France says. There has been a number of negative activities towards Rwanda in different circles, in the multilateral world, in our own neighborhood, sometimes through various little conflicts in the region. And of course, the part that probably has been in the media quite a lot recently through this so-called judicial process, which we all know is not a judicial process. It's politics. It's politics being played through a court system, through judges, through cases, and so forth. But let me say this. We as a country, Rwanda as a country, has reached a point where we have to say the activities, the attitude, the unrepentant, the belligerent attitude and actions of France are no longer acceptable to this country. We have tried for a long time in very difficult circumstances to accommodate what we think is the right kind of approach to building a relationship, that has been strained for the reasons that I just mentioned. But for every effort Rwanda has made, France has taken a step back and even gone to undermine clearly this country in many different ways. The recent case, which I think even the President of the Republic talked about recently in the opening of the judicial year, is only one of many negative activities that have been conducted in France. Let me say two things about this plane crash that France has been clutching on and holding on and trying to drag over the years above our heads in Rwanda. One, the genocide was not caused by a plane crashing. That is a fact. The genocide was premeditated, it was planned, It was just waiting for a signal to get started. Two is that if there is a country beyond Rwanda that was aware and that was active in the preparation of the genocide back in the 1990s, it is France. France had political advisors to the genocidal government. France had military advisors and trainers for both the army and the militias that were involved in committing the genocide. France had detached intelligence officers to the intelligence system of the genocidal government. I mean, these are just facts. There are names, there are faces. This is not something that is fabricated. It's information that is out there. And we believe as a country that perhaps our willingness to rebuild the relationship has been not appreciated by France, that perhaps seen as a sign of weakness. It is not. What I can tell you is that in the very near future, and for the next many years, we as a country believe that we need to put out in the open all important information implicating, clearly showing the implication of various French officials, the military, the politicians, the intelligence, different individuals that have played a role in the genocide in this country. So that's where we stand right now. We've made efforts even to collaborate with the case, which we knew was a political case, which we knew was not really a legal case, hoping that that would perhaps lead us to a point where we can start rebuilding the relationship. We've subjected our officials to interviews and interrogations. This latest findings of information by Mr. Kayumba Nyamwasa is nothing new. This is the third or fourth time that this so-called explosive information has been, put out. The lawyers of Kayumba Nyamwasa approached the French judges. The French judicial authorities attempted to collect information from South Africa where this man is. This is the fourth time. So this cannot go on and on. The case has been closed actually twice by French judges. First in 2014, in June 2014, and more recently in January 2016. So clearly, we are far away from what should be justice. A case cannot be open-ended. A number of genocide suspects, hundreds of requests by our justice and prosecutorial authorities have been submitted to France. Not a single case out of hundreds has been conducted to closure. There is not a single case that has been tried in France and concluded. So this sort of judicial harassment is not something that Rwanda is going to put up with for much longer. So that's where we are with France and Rwanda. We regret that France did not think our genuine offer to rebuild the relationship was a good one. But similarly, we are not going to be subjected to judicial bullying for a long time. It's not something that we as a country feel should happen. If we were to be right and fair, I think the harassment should be conducted on France, not on Rwanda, precisely because of the information that is out there on the involvement of individuals quite high up in the French establishment. So we will use all the means at our disposal to conduct professional investigations. We will use the information we have. We will request France to allow our investigators to have access to particular individuals, politicians, officers, and let's see what happens.